Good morning. Yes, you're fine too. I'm lucky here too. Yes, my friend. Shh. Allez, Azul. Hey. So, to start with, we have some news coming up in about 15 minutes when the markets opens, when I want to start making the orb. Let's take a look what happened yesterday. Maybe zoom a little bit more out. Okay, so we are still inside and inside ranging. We did tap that 4-hour gap, what I was talking about that I wanted to see. And now the question is, what will the market do today? Because if we keep sitting sideways now from the 13th till now, that's about 8 days that we have been sideways ranging. So we need to be a bit more careful. So a recap of yesterday's trade, that was a perfect moment to get out of it. But we took a small range of an orb, but was an excellent time to get out. Hope the voice is okay. Everybody can hear me. Good morning, MG. You can rewatch everything that I say in here. I recorded in my lives, so on YouTube it's live also. I'm sharing it. So you watch this session if you want to. Anytime. So for people that don't know, I'm doing this completely freely out of my own will. So I'm not getting paid for this at all. I'm taking the time to educate you with knowledge I've learned along the way. So you can all agree that this is not the greatest looking chart ever. So from yesterday, from 2 days ago, we've been completely sideways. We didn't even move. The maximum was 200 points, but I think yesterday was like, we were inside the range of 120 points. And we were able to take out a little bit inside. So yesterday I took a profit with the orb in the morning session and I gave it back in the afternoon. So I ended with a minus of 0.2. It can happen. So first of all, what do I want to see now happening today? So we're still slowly trending downwards, but like you can all see, there's a huge amount of liquidity here on this side. Also above here, we did not tap it again. We have news in 10 minutes. We did tap already this huge 1 hour and 4 hour for value gap. We almost closed it off directly. I was expecting this to see this one happen, but now, first of all, I have really no idea where the market should go today. Gotta be completely honest, I don't see anything because we've been chopping around constantly. Now, this is a nice looking bearish candle for a 4 hour, but we're still inside the range. So if we should breach and we come below here, I will have more information. But at this point, even the hourly doesn't even show us downside or upside because now we just take a liquidity and we still have 9 minutes, so we can just move back in this range and then go sideways again. So let's see what the news brings. Maybe this one shows us a little bit more information today. That does not mean that I'm not going to trade the orb. I will take it if it presented itself. That does mean I will be very cautious in how I take profit. So that means that I will take profit very fast if it's needed. Yeah, true. It's not the easiest PA ever. So, man, sometimes it's better not to do anything until the market shows again its hand where it wants to go. A not trading day is also a profitable day. It's better not to give something back that you already made to the market than to trade and to be give something to the market. So I will only take it if I really see a clear direction that the market wants to go to, or that I a drop or a movement. Because in the hourly, I don't see anything. Now, in the 5 minutes, we did sweep a small bit of liquidity. Now, the question is, do we want to sweep everything and go lower? Or does it first wants to go up, take all of this, build up liquidity, then to go short? So about 8 minutes until opening. Previous day low, and the high was still here in London. If you want me to mark it out, I will. I believe so. This was the day before. If you mark out your charts, put it on minus UTC so that you're sure. -4. Was the day before? So this was the high. So that's previous day high still, and this is the low of the day. So it does not happen a lot that we stay inside these small ranges. If we do, the only thing that we can do is take an ILM up every time we touch it, and then take it back to the previous low, or 80% of the range. That's even better. That you're sure that you're in profit and take it very fast. Because this is not my favorite type of movements to trade. So if I don't see a clear direction, I will not trade it. If I do see a clear direction, I will take the orb like usually and follow along what I get. But we will know this in about 20 minutes. to everybody that's in here. If you join the stream and you're not speaking, just silence yourself. That's nice for everybody. Oh, and if somebody doesn't know it yet, you can also mute the other person for yourself if you want to. So I hope all of you, that you went off the charts yesterday once the New York session was finished on the stream online. Because anybody that traded this not ETPA, I believe you will gain more to the market than you will have gained. So I hope that you all had the courage and the power to just close the book and pat yourself on the back if you did, because also that is an accomplishment and a great one that you need to learn, because not trading is an accomplishment on itself. Yesterday I had a feeling I should not have been trading in the afternoon. I did it anyway, but my gut was right. I gave back more than I gained, so yeah, today my first target would be previous day low, but that can happen like in 4 minutes from now. So we're now under everything. So liquidity, all the liquidity has been taken now. So that's great to see. So if we do tap under the previous day low and see a move out of here, we could reach for the high and then come back in the New York session to take out the lows, to go lower. In 3 minutes, we have news. I've seen these things do a little bit. It is European news, but it still does a little bit on Nasdaq too. Oh, it's UK. It's a CPI, YOI, or MOM inside. It does something. I did not quite figure out. If some, that would be great. I did not figure out yet why some news do have a lot of influence and some do not have. If somebody has some intel about it, would be great if you share it. I would love to read about it. I will heat myself up a drink. In the meantime, we will see what happens. We still have about 17 minutes until we have the orb range. Maybe we got the previous day low already by then, or not. Azul, rust. Ai. Okay, I'm back. Let's see if somebody asked something in the chat. Morning all. No, MG, I was not talking about red folder news against the others. I'm really talking about what kind of red folder news or other news does move the NASDAQ. Because some really move it, anything. And even if it is a red folder, sometimes we have a huge wick movement, and sometimes we don't have anything at all of a candle movement. Okay, so we are starting to form a range. I always like to do it on a triangle or a square. because this way I always have the center of the range. Oh, let me type everything out. Not that right. Now we still have two options. First of all, previous daily low. Previous day low is very close by, so I believe we will hit that one in a matter of few minutes. And if the orb range wants to go up, I would be very careful once we reach the highs again from here. I would do the same like yesterday, start with a half hour, and then if we breach here and we see a continuation, we can take it up to that part, and there I would take profit. So again, a very small distance. The reason why we have been chopping around for a few days now, and I prefer to protect our capitals, not only mine, but also yours, so that we can continue trading with all the same accounts that we have. Once the market does show us the hand that it wants to continue in one direction, that we can easy follow along then. Because if you have not given any accounts back at this point and you already been trading for a few days on this not easy charting, congratulations, you're doing very great. Because this was in the beginning of my trading the less easiest part of all. Now I just don't care anymore. So if I don't trade, I don't trade. If I trade, I trade. I just take what the market gives me. Small wins, big wins. It is what it is. And to all new traders that have not get yet a payout, set yourself a goal for about 100 days from now to get yourself a payout so you don't rush into anything. Set 40 days to get a funded account and the next 60 days to get a payout. If you just follow the streams along, and also ask questions. If you don't understand anything or something that people are doing, please ask questions. All questions are good, especially if you're starting. It's very important to do that so that you learn easy. My favorite combine size 50K. It's cheap. The reason why, because it doesn't really matter what kind of size you have. To start with, I would always take a 50K. You can build up later if you want to, but say that you have a 50K combined account and you make it a funded afterwards so you can get payouts. Those 50K, you need to have 50,000 in that account before you cannot. Once you go live, you need 50,000 in that account to have a complete account. If you have 50K in an account and you are now using 10% of that account per trade, dude, 10% of 50K is 5,000 per trade to stop loss. If you make 1 hour, you make 5,000. If you make 2 hours, you make 10,000. That's still okay. It doesn't matter how big the size of the account is. That's why that's how really people get a bit confused of it. I say a 50K is more than enough. Get first payouts, make sure you have enough conviction in how you trade. And afterwards, if you do want to go live, before you go live, make sure that then you get 150K or a bigger one if you have more funds and all the accounts combined, so that you can take everything with you to a live account. So that's the only thing that I would say if you want to have a live account afterwards, that you have the funds completely filled up to take with you, or that you definitely can take everything with you of funds. I trade Hero Combine. I have 2 personal accounts already live. So about the amount I've taken out here, I made now my first own live trading account. Not on Top Step anymore. Don't like the rules. I'm just sharing this one for all of you to show you that it's possible. The previous one I'm done in 8 days. I made them funded. And that was without increasing contract sizes. So, and that was a not easy PA even. So it's all very possible. You just can never look at like a day job like we have been learned or been trained to see how it is really. Because I used to want to make money every day, like you have a normal activity, but I did not see it like a trading activity that you make a lot more than a normal activity. So you don't need every day to have profit. You just need to be consistent and scale up the amount of funds you have in your account. So say that you have 20,000, you start with 2,000 and you build it up to 10, 15,000. So then you have more liquidity to play with. So if you have more liquidity, you can increase your stop loss. If you can increase your stop loss, your profits become bigger. If we break the order, that's that. Are you looking for short? I will take the short. Yes, definitely. I use a broker here in my state. So there's one very nearby. It's a very local one, but it does what it needs to be doing. I did not try out a bigger firm yet. So this is our range. that we have. It's a very small one again. So we have about, well, it's even bigger than the one that we had in Y session. It's 30 points. So if you ever see this small of an orb range in New York session, please never take the orb. It's something I've been looking at for a few times now, and every time I noted in my notes, every time we have a range under 50 points, the orb 60% of the time did not go good. It always stopped somewhere. So if we do short, now I will only have a half entered also. Why? I want to see how we react on this previous D-low. So it could mean that we have a reaction out of it and come back up. So I want to make sure that we have a continuation before entering a full position. But if we do go lower, then this would be the target, first target. And if we have, and we continue all day lower, and we can have a whole lot of targets lower. That's the great thing about, oh, so we do have for value gaps inside. So my stop will be at the top of the range. Got about 2 minutes, so my stop will be up all the way. I believe we will be already here, so that's a 42-point stop, so that will be one contract round. We did not close outside yet, so that would be great if we have a little bit more time. So without adding, that would be a 1.5 R anyways, if we get to the lowest point of that for value gap. And if we move up, I will not take it higher than, this would be my TP. Just because we have been constantly moving in an internal range, I don't want to take more than the market can give me at this point. So, no break. It does look like it wants to go lower. Aiden, I'm not allowed to share my normal contracts here. So I'm playing it on YouTube, and I got a message from Topstep. I'm not allowed to show my live account. Yeah, something it's funny, but I got a mail. Somebody saw it, and I only have like 600 followers. So they said I can do it with a combine. I cannot do it with a funded. So this is not my personal account. It's my wife's. I did not say that out loud. My personal one is just sitting beside me on another computer so that I can enter it. So I do take every trade here with my funded accounts too. So when anybody wanted to know, this is my only activity that I do, so I don't have any other kind of incomes. So I do have a family to take care of, so I'm really curious. How did all of you guys start with trading? What was the most interesting part that you find, or what did attract trading, or why were you attracted to trading? I would really like to learn because really I can't remember why I started trading. I know that I did crypto before, but I can't really describe what attracted me 5 years ago. Yeah, I have two devices now. I have eight, Aiden. If I go long, where will be my stop? Let me take a look. We still have a value gap. No, it will even be below it. So the first thing that I do is watch if we have gaps. If we have a gap inside, I put my stops under the wick of the previous candle. If this candle is lower, I put it under this one, under the candle itself, with the fair value gap inside. But if the candle beside it is lower, I will put it always be lower. Now this one is finished off, so I don't have to. This one can be closed. It needs to be wick to wick, completely to close off before I don't use it anymore. Now I will put it halfway. If we don't have any gaps in 1 minute, this one is closed also, so yeah. Now I'm okay to put it halfway or put it under this one. If you want to be a bit more secure, if we go up, why this one? Because this was then, if we continue up higher, this was the last liquidity grab after continuation then moving upper. So we should not go under this one because this should be a protected area where the market makers would make their own money or put their own stops. It's also a great way to enter a trade or to add to the position. Same for me. For me, it was very honest, my Jade. Everybody, please mute yourself. I've been reading a lot of mutes. I can't mute them for you, so you can mute them for yourself, but I cannot mute for you. They did not let me. I don't have access to muting it. Everybody. I don't look at gold. Sorry, I don't trade it, so I have no idea how it works. It's okay, Zero. Just mute yourself. It's nice if everybody. This is just in queue, so I just trade. That's okay. Somebody really likes house or R&B in the morning, dude. Or is it just laying on me that I was quite heavy music for the morning? I prefer Mozart or something like that in the morning session. It calms my mind. But I tried it last time to put it on, and everybody was listening with me, so I will not try that again. So it looks like we're a bit still moving sideways. 5 minutes. Let's take a look what the 5 minute did. 15 minutes. Oh, 15 minutes looks good. So anybody hear that? That was my dog again saying hello. So if we do enter this one, I will put it halfway here now. We closed off everything that's inside. We do have a gap here, but I will not be looking at that one. So stops, if we do go lower, will be here. No, not there. We do have one more. I will take it here. It looks like we will have to be a bit more patient. About 2 minutes, and we have a close of this 15 minutes. We will see what happens. If we drop below, I will enter. So it will be at the top of this 15 minutes. That will be my stop. I will enter a half position. So, and then we will see what happens on the previous daily low. But this is a very small range, so we will not be able to take profit on 14 points. So take your own risk. So this is definitely a point where the market can change direction and move up to take out these gaps first and then continue lower, but we will see what happens. So I said before, take it on your own risk now, because this is a very close range to previous daily low. I will take it because I take it mechanically, and I have to get to my point where I know how much we make on it. Because yesterday I wanted to go lower too, and we went up and we made profit anyway. So my brain cannot predict 100% where the market goes. The only thing that I can predict is my stop and how much I give to the market. When are you going to travel with the camper van trip? Oh, yeah. Today, yesterday I got a phone that my van is again fixed, so I'll be going after it normally today after the stream. It's in Antwerpen, so it's about 2 hours driving from where I am at this point. So I took the cab back home. So normally it should be fixed. So I will see the price tag, how much it is today. Let's hope it's a cheap one. Oh, what did I say? That the 15-minute looks good. So why do I like this candle? Because first we wicked up and the body is closing inside this small range. So even if this 15-minute, it taps this fair value gap and it wants to go lower, this still looks very nice. So at the first point, we were low, we came up, we closed the fair value gap inside here. So I like to see the wick touch each other. So candles form one complete full candle. So the market does not like to come back up then that way. So here you can see that we have gaps, like they call it fair value gaps. If the market wicked up and closed that gap, I like to see this because then I know we have a clear continuation. Now the market still has an opportunity to come back up to fill up these gaps before continuing lower. So I prefer it to constantly close from wick to wick, and then we can see a nice continuation. If you watch this on a 3 minute, this does not look as clear, but on a 15 minute, we see that we wicked up and we closed lower than the previous candle. It's inside this candle, so it still looks bearish to me because we did not close above. We did not have an entangled. We did not have a change in direction yet. It's not a doji, so it's not a small one. It still has a body, so that's great too. If it should have like even a smaller body than this, I wouldn't like it. It has two wicks up and down, almost the same size. That also I like about it. Now, if you want to learn about how candles are formed and what they tell you, I can only suggest to read the Candlestick Bible. So it's not really a reading book, it's really more a study book, but they explain what candles mean. So what a doji means, what a fungal candle mean, so they tell a story. It helped me in the beginning to understand where liquidity is and where people put their stops so that we can know it doesn't always go directly there, but it helps you. They also learn you about trend lines and everything. You don't need to read that part, but it's also nice to learn what kind of candles does what. I believe I have a complete education on candles on my YouTube channel. I'm not sure it's online. I think it's in a private map. But if you send me a DM, I can send you it's I think about 80% copied of the trading candlestick Bible that I traded. I just put it on in a movie and some PDFs with it so that you can understand it easier if you don't like to read. From Leuven, let me take a look. About 150 kilometers, so about 2 hours. I'm not so much a city person. I'm more in open country living. I like a nice view with a lot of space. I'm not that kind of person that likes high buildings where everybody is rushing every time and we have a lot of traffics. I'm living in like a small state. So now again, we can see we cleaned off this fair value gap. So my next stop would be here. If we go lower, we just missed the 5 minutes. We did not close. So many times we see this. So after a sweep going down, we sweep it again, and then we can also have a continuation upwards. So we need to be patient now. In about 20 minutes, also the market opens. Yeah, correct. EC. I do pre-orb, so trading orb pre-markets, or I getting my market hours wrong because daylight saving. That's a while back. I don't trade London
So
session
you're trading an
pre-market.
hour pre-market, marking the open range then.
Yes.
Oh, cool, interesting. I never saw that before, but you're getting great results. I'm interested.
Yeah. If the London market opens and we are already in a trade and it continues moving a direction, we are in that range where the market then flushes to a certain point. So we have at 30, 40 points, sometimes extra profits because of the market of London continues the same regiment that Asia was doing.
Yeah, so you're marking the 1 hour pre-market candle is like a pre-market open range. So it would be a 7 a.m. candle, and
Yeah,
then do you continue to mark a 8 a.m. opening range as well for a further continuation? Is that what you're saying?
yeah, 100%.
Oh, interesting. Oh, the kill zones.
Yeah, now we just
And traders. Sorry, go on.
now we just are very close to previous day low, so we just tapped the previous day low. So now we want to see how we react here.
Oh, yeah, we've got that H1 and H4 FEG as well, which tapped into.
Yeah, and we took out liquidity from yesterday's low, so
Yes,
this is the
I
most
stopped.
important place where we do so because we are in inside range. I said already we are only taking a half risk at this point. If we stay below previous day low and we want to go lower, my target is down here, 21,214. So then we can see a continuation to that direction. But first, I want to see us stay under this low because we have a small few for value gaps up here. So if we do range up, this will be my TP then because I don't expect us to go very high today. So in 1 minute, we have a close. So I said to everybody, take it on your own risk because this is a point that the market can return from. I will take it because I take it mechanical. But if you don't feel comfortable, I'm perfectly fine with that. I'll start with one contract, see how much we get. 72, so I will add another one, 160, so that's great. If we retrace the orb and we come above this high, I will decrease the contract again. It saves us a little bit more capital because of the choppy markets. And then maybe we can take the reversal upwards. So I am in a trade. Profit should be down here. Along the way, if we do see a continuation moving further downwards, we will be able to add. Let's take a look what we can add. Okay, so those two lines will be adding. If we get to there. So stops, full TP is 21,215 for everybody that joined this trade. Hard stops 21,333. And now we have patience and see what the market brings. I did say if we go above here, I will decrease a contract again. So I will sell one of my 2 contracts until I'm 100% sure that we have a continuation moving further down, because this can perfectly be an ILM moving upwards too. So nice of you to join the stream, EC, or even. We have a lot of
No,
it.
for sure, man. Like, I stopped trading London a little while ago, but New York has been so much chop lately that I thought I'd just jump on this in the charts back and watch it. Now, I've never actually been to one of these streamed in the morning with you before, so I just saw I was going to trade anyway, and then saw you guys were in here, so I thought I'd come hang out as well. New York's been hard. It's been real hard. May's always a bit of a crap month for trading.
We managed, but it's indeed, I've been very cautious in how I take my trades. So I've been making sure that my stops are very, very small if we do have a chopped month or have a chopped day. So I prefer then to preserve my capital. So that's also why I'm taking off a contract here. So if we do, I don't want to give 160 directly to the market if we do see a up higher. So I'll just take off a contract. Takes me about $40, and the other one is like 80 then. So that makes almost a half hour anyways. Then we can always try another trade if we do see a nice setup. So with this one, we can fill up. So there was a fair value gap in here. I want to see this get filled up anyways. But I don't want us to see at least go above it again, because that I would not like to see. Also, this 15-minute, I want us to see it continues pushed lower. Because if we start going completely back in the range in 30 seconds, I would not like to see this, because we still have some 15-minute gaps just above here that we could fill up. And 15 minutes also, London session opens, so but if we have a day that wants to go lower, this is like the perfect entry that we could have. We could have like a continuation for the whole day. And if we have that, we can have a very big range. I did not know, Emin, that you also had some educational part for building up a build for go on. You talked about it yesterday in the stream, that you also had something for advertising and how you, I don't exactly how you call it, that you did some educational part on it, or gave education about it.
About what? Sorry.
About building up a company, so to have more people find you, and brand building. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was interested in it, so if you can, do I send you a DM or do you send me one that I can get some information about it? Because
Feel free to send me a DM. I'll talk to you there about it.
yeah, nice. Thank you. Because I've tried this a few times and I have really no idea what I was doing.
No, definitely. It's just like trading. It's it takes a while to find a strategy, find the model that works for you, understand the psychology, and then just takes a long time as well.
Yeah, time I have, so that's great.
Yeah, yeah, no, for sure.
So even now, this 15 minutes still looks okay for me because we did not came back all the way up. So we did tapped it one time. So for me, this still looks a good PA that we are going down further. If you should have come back completely back to inside your range, I would have not liked it at all. But at this point, I still like the way it moves. So for me, it looks like it wants to go lower. I still have full confidence in this trade at this point. So if we should fall down and we get to our endpoint, we should make about 2.5, 3R. So now we swept that wick again. So now I want to see us continue. I don't want to see us come back up now because the market really likes to do this, sweep and then sweep again before moving up. So now I want to see us continue going lower. I should make a like in a free fall. At this point, also still looks good. The candle closed just below the wick, so this is nice. We can go up now one more time to to finish off this for value gap that we have been created. So I'd like to see candles close each other. But all the rest looks good. So we can now only be patient and wait. We still have 9 minutes in this hourly, so prefer us to stay. Oh, let me delete this one. Below it. I'm perfectly fine that we tap this. If we close above this 5 minutes, I will take a contract off, like I said. If we do see then a continuation back lower and we can stay under previous day low, I will add them again and then I will add a full contract. But first, I want to see us really displace under this previous day low.
No, yes.
Anybody else has their mic on and you don't have a question? Can you mute yourself, please? Would be very grateful. Because I don't have time to watch Discord at this point. I need to watch the charts. So also these 7 minutes are very important because this is the last 7 minutes of that hourly candle that we are doing. So this should show me its hand, what it wants to do. We are now in that 5 minute for value gap. It can go a little bit above. I don't want to see it breach this candle's wick. There's no need for, otherwise I will take off a contract like I said. Now here you can see why I like, first of all, that candles close off each other, because that way the market does not need to come back up here, so it can continue easier. Now in the next 3 minutes that will come, will this 1 hour candle definitely show us its hand, where it wants to go. Because you can also see we are now at previous day low, and we did not really have a sharp reaction out of it. So now it's building up sideways liquidity, then normally to continue the move. So if we see a strong reaction of liquidity where there was, then we can see a move upwards. But at this point, it looks like it wants to go lower because we did not have a fast reaction out of it. So that's something that you also can put in your notebooks. That's very important to know. So if you have a continuation moving downwards and it has a sideways movement after a point where liquidity should be, and it has a reaction of it, there is a lot of buying pressure here, then it should have a sharp reaction out of it. And at this point, it did not. It's 5 minutes, 15 minutes sideways. So now I don't want us to see us come back up here. It's no reason anymore for. If we do tap that 5 minute one more time, I will directly remove a contract. I don't want us to see us come up here. So even here you can see we are just moving slowly sideways.
¿Qué quiere decir?
For somebody just joined the stream, can you mute yourself? I can't find you. I'm not watching the chat at this point, guys, so I'm watching the chart. If anybody has a question, you can put them inside, but I will be not answering them at this point. In about 4 minutes, the market opens from London, so then we will see what London wants to do. Do we get a nice push lower? And now we can only be patient, of course. And study yourself while you're in a trade. That's also very nice to do. Study your mind when you're trading. What does it tell you? Does it convince you to do something else? I write it down so that you can read it afterwards. At what kind of point that you feel happy, at what kind of point that you feel anxious, at what kind of point, any emotion that you create, write it down so that you learn yourself, study yourself. You're the most important thing that you have, it's yourself. And if you have a full control over yourself, you'll be very happy. Two minutes to market open. So that's the last minute of that hourly candle, and let's zoom out for a second. If this stays under here, that means that we definitely will have a continuation lower. It's teasing us, having patience. Here we go. Come on. Give us a nice clean push. That's London open. Do you see a small push? I will take a contract off. I'm taking one off here. If we do go under our entry and we see continuation, I will add 2 contracts to this, and my stops will be at this wick then. Not where we are, but this one, because this would be then London's grab if we want to go lower. Do we have any news coming up? Not in the first hour, so we are good. So if we get wicked out because of London want to take out those 1 hour for value gap just above, so be it. I will take a look if we find a new entry then to continue lower, because I still believe that we want to go lower, because now London did not take out Asia. And normally it likes to do this before continuing a movement. So this does indicate a little bit that we want to go a different direction. It unfungled this sideways movement. But that's why the stop is where it is. It may do its thing. So overall, this would be a cheap trade. We'll watch the chat for a second if somebody asks something. It's time between Asia closing and London's open 30 minutes. Basically the start of it. Let's swap the previous day low. This increases the confluence with going lower. No. If we swap previous day low, it has a big opportunity that we go up higher, so that we change direction. So that's why I only risk the half hour this time. Otherwise, I would have taken a full hour. Would love to see us go lower. Same for me, but yeah. We only have to be patient and see what the market gives us. Like I said, the only thing that we can control is our stops. So that's why I 100% make sure that we prevail everything that we have of capital. That's why I took a contract off. So otherwise we would have given 180, and now I believe it will be around 110, 120. So if you do this every time, you do save yourself a bunch of capital by the end of the time, the end of the tradings. So instead of giving 1.5R or 1.6R, you instead of giving 0.6R, you only give 0.5 or 0.4. So if you give minus 1 point, it decreases the amount that you give. So yeah. Especially in this sideways moving, ranging price action, it's very needed to save as much capital as you can for a momentum move that does show its hand that it wants to go a clear direction. It looks like it doesn't. So in the next 2 minutes, we will see if we get stopped out or it just wants to go lower again. Because now it's almost cleaned off this gap, but the only thing I don't like is that we still have a 1 hour for value gap just above here that could stop us out. Okay, we will get stopped in about 2 minutes, I believe, or we have a lot of luck today. The candles are very strong at this point, so it looks like it wants to go higher. So I can see we had a nice green retracement moving upwards, moving upwards. These are getting a little bit slower, but because of the gap just above it, I believe we will go up further. I'm just setting out the orb range for the 9 o'clock. This is for my own educational purpose. I've been testing if this one plays out afterwards, if the pre didn't work, if this one does work then afterwards, and how many times. So to make sure if it is possible that we could take maybe the orb afterwards one more time, or yes, does it give us profit, yes or no? So this is a good point to examine yourself. So we came very close to the stop, and at this point, I'm just feeling. I'm feeling nothing. But if you do feel something, please write it down. Really write it down. It's very good to know who you are, and also ask yourself, why do you feel this? Because nothing shows us at this point that we're doing anything not correct. We followed the plan, we executed like we should have done. So for me, this was a good trade. I decreased the risk. If we can fall through this 2 minutes for value gap here, and we can continue lower, that would be great. And we could see a small movement further, the direction that we wanted to go. But if this gap stays strong and the candle goes further upwards again in the next 10 seconds, then I believe we get stopped out. So this is something I don't want to see. It held. Also for new humans, so price action reading is very good. So everybody that's in here, congratulate yourself for just being patient and watching the chart, because also this is very educational for yourself. Nobody can give you this. You need to set really after the chart and read how a candle is moving, because also this can give you a lot of education. And nobody can shrink the time by sitting after the chart. You really have to do it and see the candle move up, down, up, down. That's the only thing that's not funny in backtesting. You don't have that part in backtesting, so you don't see the charts. The candles get formed. You can just click and the candle is there, so you don't see the movement. You just see the wicks standing there. What entry triggered do you look for an orb fails? Only in the pre-session, I only use orb also Ross, so I use this because I know it works. The strategy has been tested enough for me, and this is also how I made the most capital in years of trading at this point. So I have not made this much capital in a very long time. I don't even believe I have made this much capital in such a short of time. Not even with my companies. Yeah, we were at 50% of the range. That was correctly, but I'm just above it. Why do I not take the 50% range? Because there was a fair value gap inside, and I always take the stops above it. And so if there is a fair value gap inside my orb range, I never put it on 50%. Never. I've tested this enough, and it happens that it then just steps out the fair value gap above, and then it continues rallying lower. So that's why I'm higher than 50%. I only use Trezella when I want to test a new strategy. At this point, I'm not really trusting any new strategies, so I'm not using Trezella at this point. I'm happy with the sheet that we get from Playbit. It is enough for me for my log my trades in, because that is the most important thing that I did not do for a very long time. So I'm a bit, I was a bit lazy, let me say like that. At that point, I was not able, I didn't really see point in logging your trades. But now I would never do anything else than log every trade. The only time I don't log is if I close my charts before. That will be our stop, I believe. That was quite a move. You can see this 15-minute is quite big, exceptional to the other one. So this one is an infinite candle, so we eat it up. This at previous day low, so continuation up higher is definitely possible now. In the hourly, it still looks okay. I will just let the stop do its thing. I will read the chat for a second. Have you tried waiting for better entries as opposed to imitate and I see you mentioned often you expect to see I understand what you're saying, Ross, but if I don't take it mechanically, I will use my brain too much, and my brain cannot predict where the market is going. So I believe that I can have certain points of interests and see what the market wanted to do. Same as yesterday, I saw what the market wanted to do, even if that 1 hour for value gap that we dropped inside, and I wanted to see us tap a few lows that were here. We only tapped them at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So, and I was expecting this candle here to do that at 7. So it's not easy to predict at a sideways market that the market wants to continue lower or sideways. So can I be a bit more secure where I enter? Of course I can. You can always be. But then you're not mechanically trading a strategy. So then you are adjusting it to the movement of the market itself. And I prefer not to do this because I've seen it work out more times correctly, even if I just trigger and enter, then I should not have triggered it. So that's why I prefer just to do it mechanically. I mean, say, you said you might look for another entry if we get stopped out because it looks like it wants to go lower. What entry triggered would you look in that case? Okay, good question. So if we watch the 1 hour for value gap here, just above, if this one gets triggered and we just like wick into it. So if this 1 hour candle just wicks into this, and then I see a body close like all the way low down here again, that means that the market definitely still wants to go lower. So this would be a trigger for me. So that I would wait until to see what happens until we tap that 1 hour for value gap just above here. That means that the previous day low did not have any value for the market at this point. But we're now 1 hour and 22 minutes inside this trade, or almost an hour and a bit inside this trade. And the market has not done anything. So if the market does not move in the next 30 to 40 minutes, I will close the stream anyways. I will leave the trade open if we're still inside this trade, but I will just close the stream. I will add, if I have the opportunity, on the points that are on the screen at this point. So it's about an hour and a half driving. So my van is still at the garage. And I really want him back. That's the main reason why I would. And I say if the opportunity comes, of course, that I would look for another entry, because if this tapped really nicely, like a nice wick, and then we see a body close, like say something like this, then I have quite confident that we are definitely going lower. But at this point, you can see we are still sideways ranging for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. An hour and 15 minutes now. Yeah, same Ivo. So that's why I prefer the trading journal just from Playbit. I'm very grateful that they have this. Yeah, true. You have to you have to take emotions away from trading, but still, it's good to observe yourself and to learn from yourself if you have any. Because in the beginning, I had a lot, and nobody ever told me you should not have any. I always heard that we had to trade like a robot, but I never understood because nobody ever explained me why really we should trade unemotionally. And I learned this from Ty, so I'm very grateful for that. In one of the live streams, he mentioned it and he talked about it so nicely. So you were asking where to put then if we, so say that we have the hourly, we tapped and we close all the way back to the lows, then I would just put it at the wick of this 1 hour. And if we have a better one, yeah, it's not there yet, so I can't really explain. So I would take the last liquidity grab, and then if we see continuation, I would take that wick. And I believe then you should have also like a few insights, ILMs that you can take for your stop, or to put where you can put your stop also. But at this point, it looks like it's the same PA as yesterday again. So if we see this price action tomorrow, I will be not trading at all. I really want to have us a continuation movement because it's useless to give anything to the market until we have like a clear movement or a clear direction where we are going, because ORB is a continuation movement and not a sideways range movement. But still in the trade at this point for quite some time. I'm happy for all of you that you joined, that you're here, that you stay calm. Very good of all of you. Morning, GB. I know you're on your phone, but it's nice if you join. For all of us that are new to this group and futures, your mic is always directly on. So if you join, just mute yourself. Thank you.
John, you know you have permissions to channel permissions to mute people.
Yeah, I can only mute them for myself. I can't mute them for everybody.
Do you not have an option for like a server mute?
No, I don't see that.
Let me see if I can fix that. I thought I had them. Hold up.
Now I see server damped. Is that it? Or is that just for me?
It's like a red. It's like in red server mute.
It's in
Let me send a screenshot in chat.
what's going to do the same thing. Let me
Like
take
this?
it. Wait, let me look. Yeah, for me it looks like this. So I believe it's the same. You can damp this.
Yeah, server mute. It's
Yeah.
like mod role. I've given you like mod roles for your sessions.
Okay.
So
Okay.
if you hit server mute, it's gonna mute them, but then it's gonna like permanently mute them to unmute them. So I mean, you might just have to unmute them at the end of the session or something like that, or it doesn't matter because they're not talking anyway. So
Okay. Thank you for explaining. I did not found that one yet.
try it and then see. Like try let's mute Mr. Green Discord. It should just come up with like a mute logo.
Yeah, that would be even better. But I have to go onto the person itself and then server damped. So if I press this one, do I mute them for
There you
all?
go. If you right click on someone's name, server mute, it should, if they forgot to mute themselves, it will turn them off.
Oh. Thank you for the explanation.
There you go, bro.
That's it. Click, click.
Bearish news from the UK today. I have no idea. All is very good with me. Thank you for asking. Yult's superior. So like
Everyone.
so for you too. So like I said, I will stay on the stream for another 30 minutes. Then I will definitely go off because I need to get my van. I don't know, it's about an hour and 40 minutes driving with the traffic and everything, so I take it for 2 hours. So if we stay around here for another 30 minutes maximum. But this is very slow motion of PA. So now we tapped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times in this small 5 minutes for value gap, and it did not choose a side yet. We did build up a little bit liquidity above, a little bit outside, so now we have here liquidity. And also above this. So the market will have to show its hand at a certain point, which side it will take out. Oh yeah, I see. For hunter tap of previous day, a high / low is a sign of continuation. Yeah. I still believe we want to go lower, first of all, because we are not really moving away from this area. So if we really wanted to move away, we should have seen a nice move out of it. Even in London, it happens. Even in Asia, it happens. If we have tapped into a higher time frame zone and it shows us its hand directly, we can follow it. But now, look, we've been sitting sideways for, this was 25 minutes. This is now 55 minutes, and we did not even move 36 points. So it's not really showing me its hand it wants to go higher either. So that's why I still have confidence that we go lower, but I'm not sure that we will not get stopped because it was building up liquidity just above here. We have 2 small equal highs here. So it could be that we just get wicked and then it continues lower It is what it is if it happens. But keep it in mind that this still can happen. This hourly, we still have 26 minutes in it. So in about 10 minutes, it will also show us its hand where it wants to go to. Always in the last 5 minutes of the hourly candle, it wants to show you a bit more of a direction. It's the same like here. It's not because we have a gap that the wick cannot first go up and then we have a continuation lower. So we have a gap up here that I've seen. So it's definitely possible that just got wick first and then continue lower without us. So, but I need to put my stop where it should be, so I cannot change that. Otherwise, I would just give more to the market if it doesn't continue lower. So we don't want that. We always have a new opportunity, and the markets will be here tomorrow and the year after here after us. It's been here before us, and I think it will be here long after we are gone too. So the great thing about these streams is that we're all here as a community together, so that's always lovely to see. And that you get some value out of it. That's why I'm doing it, really. Even if we didn't make profit, if you have learned anything by just sitting here and watching it, that's great too, because the education that you get in streams are better sometimes than that you can read in books. Asia, love to be the opposite of what news. Yeah, same. I fully agree. Good superior. If we do drop lower, we definitely have a way to go. But at this point, we still have to be patient. What will the market do? Today the market is. We will probably have other worries. I'll be here every day, so I'll be streaming now for, I believe, 2.5 weeks every day. So I'll be here tomorrow, the day after that. And I got myself a battery for the van, so one on solar panel that can charge any devices that I use for at least, I can go 36 hours without sunlight and charge all my stuff. So I make sure that I had a great one. It's not the cheapest battery, but I really love it. And it comes with a solar panel, so it charges in about 5 hours. Come on, NQ, do something, please. I would be very grateful. So this is also a very crucial point to see if the market wants to continue lower, because it was building up liquidity under here for people that are trading these small ranges. And now we are also inside this 5 minute for value gap that was created. If we can hold and fall through here, that means that we're definitely going lower. But until that happens, there is still a small possibility that we could take up this small liquidity that's been built up above here, and we are very close to that liquidity. So but in the hourly, this still looks good in the hourly. So a good thing to know also if you are trading orb session, the longest trades that I have is 6 hours, so this can take a while. The longer we are in a trade, the more percentages that we get to our TP. So that's good to know also. And if you do feel emotions, it's sometimes very great that you zoom out. So I'm not a 1 minute trader. You hardly will ever see a 1 minute on my charts because I don't find it very useful, except of entries. It can be useful, but rather than that, I try never to watch it because I've learned from myself that that it triggers my brain to think differently than I should think. So if you're not a 1 minute and if you are a trader for a longer period of time and you're not using the 1 minute that much, try not to watch it too often when you're in a trade. It will let you do sometimes not smart things too if you don't have control over yourself. I speak out of experience, so I've been there, so that's why I'm telling it. The not easiest part is just sitting here and doing nothing. Because we are learned to do so much more in an activity that we have to be active, that we have to do something, and here we can make money by doing nothing. So I didn't even know that they had a soundbar in here.
Damn it.
It's just next Bullock's code is just next normally. It's in his name. So if you find him in the Discord, you press on his name. It should be in his bio of his name if you want to know G's. Yeah, I wish we were at the start at this point. So we could sit outside a little bit more. No, I'm inside today. Belgian weather just switched from very sunny to not so sunny at this point. What are the adding zones in number, please? Okay, so if we get there, the first one is 21,000. 21,264. And the second one is 21,246. It looks like the market wants to sweep up first before going lower. So it's now taking out that liquidity. I believe we will be joining that liquidity. So you can see it made some manufacturing highs. But if we stay like this slow movement, I would suggest anybody that took this trade, go off. Don't trade it. Because if it is this slow, it's not even worth trading it. You can only give more to the market than you can even gain. So if you have more, like we have been here for almost 2 hours now, and so it's not worth trading 30 points. Can I trade my journal? Of course I can. Already open. There's my link. So that was our liquidity, and now that was close. No, that was a wick. So that was a stop. So time to lock it. First of all, at the 7 o'clock, that was a short that we took. We went on a body close, so it was just close to accept. So this was the short. Stops were at the high. The target was all the way here. So this was minus 1.1, so that's okay. Oh, sorry, 0.6. Prop short, close to previous day low. We did sweep, and then no movement for 1.5 hours. Took contract off at good point to save capital.
Did anyone take the ILM to the upside? And then we've had all about actual market open, 8 a.m., 5-minute candle close above as well.
It's definitely a nice opportunity to take. So take a look. Where were we at? So indeed, so this was a possible indeed an ILM that you could take in here. Re-entered on this fair value gap would be great. And then you could take it to previous day high. That should be the main target. If we can go through this 1 hour fair value gap, you could take it to previous day high. Because there's also a lot of build-up liquidity, not only here, also here. So we have huge amount of liquidity being built up yesterday. So that was also something that was a little bit scared of that we should have been taking, but yeah, it is what it is. So it's about 10 minutes before I was getting off the streams. Anybody? So I will be not taking another trade this morning. If you took the ILM up and we see a continuation, congratulations. But make sure if you are taking the upper side, I can only give a point then. This is the 1 hour. We do have 15 minutes above here. Be careful on how we react here. So this is a very strong point that we could have a reaction of. So in this area, if we can breach here and we can continue staying above here, we definitely could go to previous day high. Anything in this area, we can definitely change direction again. So because for me, the movement at this point is that we are slowly moving lower. No win today, guys. I see you all tomorrow. I will be back online. If I have any time trading or I get the van faster, I will see if I find a new entry, but I don't believe I will get that before noon anyway, so.
Have a good time, mate. Drive safe.
Yeah, same. Thank you. Enjoy.
On auto digital.